So one day I had a student, in fact at Ramon at our religion school, came up to me, and later I learned that I'm not the only rabbi who had this question, but this student came up to me and said, Rabbi Igor, when we read Torah and in Judaism we often say, we talk a lot about the children of Israel. Where did their parents go? He asked. And of course I explained that the term Bnei Israel refers to, literally means the sons of Israel, but it actually means all of us. It refers to all of us. It's the way of referring to people. But this question stayed with me, and why indeed do we always say Bnei Israel? Perhaps it is to remind that we are first and foremost a family. And in fact, a couple of years ago, Rabbi Angela Buchdahl, who is the senior rabbi and cantor at Central Synagogue in New York, gave a very moving sermon on Yom Kippur, saying that no other definitions for Jewish people work. We are not race, we are not nation, we are not culture, we are not even a civilization. We are family. Yes, she said, sometimes dysfunctional family. Yes, sometimes a family that doesn't speak to each other. Yes, with all the quarrels and all the unpleasant parts of being a family, but yes, nevertheless, a family. You can marry into this family, you can join the family, you can be adopted by this family or be born into it. You can know the history of this family or don't know, but you're part of it. So this week's Torah portion is one of the climaxes of the story of our family, foundational story. And it begins with Jacob's blessings to all his children. Jacob knows that he will die soon, so he calls children one by one to give a blessing to each. And tomorrow, Rabbi Alex will read exactly that moment. What is the blessing that Jacob gives to each child? So what is the blessing that you would like to receive as a child from your parents? What is the blessing you would like to give to your children? It's a profound and very inspirational piece. So, Rembrandt, in 1656, painted this. This is the moment when Joseph, the famous Joseph, the Prince of Egypt, brings his two children to Jacob to bless them. So here you can see the two grandchildren and the elderly man, Jacob, blessing children. And Rembrandt paintings reflect a very important detail. It's not a subtle detail in the Torah, but not many people drew attention to it, I think. So Joseph brought his two sons to him for blessing. Manasseh, the eldest son, was placed by Joseph at Jacob's right hand. The position traditionally reserved for firstborn blessing. The main blessing was was given by right hand, and the left hand was reserved to the younger son, the Ephraim, who was brought to him next to the left hand. So everything was arranged to ensure that the blessing followed custom and tradition. But yet Jacob, despite his frailty, crossed his hands and placed his right hand on the younger grandson and his left hand on the firstborn. So why? That's the question. Why? Why did he do that? More than that, when Joseph pointed this out to him, he said, no, I know what I'm doing. In fact, when we are blessing our children today, and if people have more than one child, this is exactly a tradition that many Jewish people do. you cross your hands and you place your hands like this on your two children. It's a challenge with more than two, but I think people can find the way. But you cross your hands and you place hands on your children like this. Again, not all Jews do that, but some Jewish people do this tradition. And we say, for boys, we say, may God make you like Ephraim and Menashe. Exactly, we are referring to this part of the story. So on the surface, this tradition is a simple reflection of what happens in Torah. But I think that there is a significance and a message, a deeper meaning that is hidden in this story. So why do we invoke this blessing and saying Ephraim and Menashe? Because in all other places, by the way, we say Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And in this case, suddenly, different people. So I think the answer is that by blessing our children in the names of Ephraim and Menashe, we teach that it doesn't matter when you were born, or where you were born, or what position in the society, or what position society assigns to you. Success, worthiness, and potential are not bound by birth order, by status, tradition. Jacob crossed arms symbolize the ability to transcend social expectations and redefine what it means to be deserving. His blessing is a call, I think, to challenge prejudices, to value the individual over convention. If society assigns you a certain role, if you think that you are destined to something, this story in the Torah says it doesn't have to be this. You can change what people call fate. You can change the character. You can be different. It doesn't have to be this way. Even if everything seems to be against you. To live according to the Torah, therefore, is not just to recite blessings or observe rituals. It is to have courage, to cross boundaries, to challenge limits, to envision life beyond strict and formal hierarchies, and to embrace the belief that your life is not worse and not better than anyone else. In blessing our children like Ephraim and Menashe, we affirm the power of possibility and the hope that no matter their place in the world, they can thrive, be happy, and deserve a good life. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what life assigns you to. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will to us and to future generations after us. Amen.